Good morning, all of you. In today's session, we are going to discuss about CSIR NET JRF Chemical Science, December 2017, Part C, Series 6. By this December 2017, question paper will be completed entirely. Part B have been completed. Even in the Part C, different series have been made. In each series, 10 questions are going to be discussed. In series 6, 111 to 120 questions of this 2017 question paper is going to be discussed in detailed manner. Let us enter into our actual concept. Here, series 6 consists of 111 to 120 questions of December 2017, part C of Chemical Science CSIR NET JRF question paper. Let us discuss question number 111. 4 distinguishable molecules are distributed in energy levels E1 and E2. The degeneracy of 2 and 3. For E1 level, 2 is the degeneracy. E2 level, 3 is the degeneracy respectively. Number of microstates with 3 molecules in energy levels E1 and 1 in the level E2 is. How many molecules are there? Number of molecules, 3 molecules are there in E1 and E2 level, 1 molecule is there. Total 4 molecules are there, and E1 energy level 2 degeneracy, E2 energy level 3 will be the degeneracy. For this particle, for this, number of microstates to be predicted. Number of microstates are required to be determined. For that purpose, we have E1 and E2 energy level. E1 energy level is associated with 3 molecules. E2 energy level, only 1 molecule is given as per the data. And E1 energy level degeneracy will be 2. E2 level degeneracy will be 3. G is equal to 2 for E, is equal to 3 for E2. Total, how many molecules are there? 4 molecules are there, right? Are there. Now, the formula for degeneracy in general is no degeneracy is present. If degeneracy is there, then microstates are calculated by taking. So the microstates are calculated by taking n factorial. N factorial nothing but total number of molecules participated. N factorial by, so degeneracy 3 factorial and 1 factorial, and means in one energy 3 molecules are there. Second energy 1 molecule is there. So n factorial by number of molecules present in E1 level into number of molecules present in E2 level. That is nothing but 4 divided by 3 factorial and 1 factorial. So this is for no degeneracy. If degeneracy is not there, general pattern it will be, right? So 4 into 3 factorial by 3 factorial. We can write this formula in the form of 4 into 3 factorial by 3 factorial. 3 factorial get compensated, and 4 will be the answer. How many microstates? 4 microstates will be there. If degeneracy is not there, option number 1 will be the answer. But within the problem, they mentioned degeneracy of 2 energy levels. That's why. So this will not be applicable. So we have to go with another formula. If there is a degeneracy, microstates are given by n factorial by g factorial to the power n factorial by n factorial. N factorial nothing but total number of molecules participating. Total how many molecules participating? 4. And g factorial is nothing but, so g for first level will be 2. So we have to take 2 factorial to the power n factorial. In this first energy level, how many molecules? 3 molecules. So that to the power 2 factorial to the power, we have to take 3 factorial. By how many? Again same, ni also becomes same. What is the power that should be taken? 3 factorial to be taken here, right? Into, this is for only one energy level, right? For second energy level, degeneracy value will be 3. Hence we have to take factorial to the power. In this minimum, factorial to the power 1 factorial by denominator also n factorial, right? That means 1 molecule has participated. So n factorial again. So the formula will be 4 factorial into 2 factorial to the power 3 factorial by 3 factorial into 3 factorial to the power 1 by 1 factorial. So this will be the formula for entire microstates. Now, how can we minimize this one? 4 factorial into 2 to the power 3 into 2 to the power 3 factorial by 3 factorial into 3 factorial only, because power 1 factorial by 1 factorial both are 1 only. So it will be taken like this. Okay. When we are taking 2 to the power 3, 2 to the power 3 when taken, the value will be 8. The value will be 8. Here 4 factorial can be written as 4 into 3 factorial. Here 3 factorial and the denominator 3 factorial both get compensated. Now the value will be 4 into 8 into 3. 4 into 8 into 3. Nothing but 12 into 4. 12 into 4 is nothing but 96. The total possible microstates for 4 distinguishable molecules will be 96. For question number 111, option number 3 will be the right answer. Let us move on to question number 112. 1 mole of ideal gas undergoes a cyclic process. Here is the cyclic process A, B, C, D. So when we are plotting the graph between temperature versus volume, a cyclic process got followed by A. We are starting with point A, and through 4 reversible steps, A to B, B to A, B to C, C to A, C to B, so C to D, D to C, A to D, D to A. So all 4 are reversible in nature, are shown in the figure. Total work done in the process. What is the total work we need to predict? What is the total work? That total work needed to be predicted. It is a part of thermodynamics. Let us see. WAB. When we are taking WAB, work done in this region. So A to B, that is given by minus nRT1 ln V2 by V1. Total work done in this region, it will be isothermal. So they are laying on the same temperature, T1 temperature only, but volume is from V1 to V2. So A to B, they are laying on the same temperature line, so that we can say this is an isothermal condition. In this isothermal condition, V1 to V2 transition is possible, right? Now the formula becomes minus nRT ln V2 by V1. Okay, so this is for WAB. Now let us assume WBC. When WBC was taken, volume becomes isochoric because they are laying on the same line, and the temperature T1, T2, and the entire value becomes 0, because value V1 by V2 is equal to 0, right? That's why entire value becomes 0 only. So WBC is taken as 0. Now let us assume WCD. When we are taking this WCD, it will be minus V2 ln V1 by V2. So CD V1 by V2. So this will be the transition. Again, you can say it is called a isothermal condition because temperature is the same line, but volume will be varied. Hence, the formula becomes nRT2 ln V1 by V2. So this will be for CD. So nRT2 ln V2 by V1 we can write. Then when we are taking DA, so in case of DA, what happens? Temperature will be ranges from T1 to T2, but volume. So V1 by V1 only. V1 by V1, it will be compensated. It will become 0, right? So that's why WDA value also becomes 0, being it is isochoric. Means volume will not be varied. So WBC is 0, WDA also 0. Now, total work done is equal to WAB plus WBC plus WCD plus WDA. All 4 to be added. But here these two terms are 0, so that these two need not be considered. Only WAB and WCD values to be added. Minus nRT1 ln V2 by V1 plus nRT2 ln V2 by V1. Now, it is possible to take the common terms here. NR T2 minus T1 ln V2 by V1. NR T2 minus T1 ln V2 by V1. This will be the total work done in the cyclic process for this given ideal gas. That is given in the option number 4. So if you are taking for 1 mole, because within the problem, it is started with 1 mole only. So for 1 mole has N value is equal to 1 itself. So n is equal to 1. That's why the formula will be R T2 minus T1 ln V2 by V1. Right? So for this question number 112, option number 4 will be the right answer. Right? Let us move on to question number 113. If the specific conductance of an electrolyte solution is 0.2 ohm inverse centimeter inverse and the cell constant 0.25 centimeter inverse, the conductance of the solution is. It is from electrochemistry, where the formula for the measurement of conductance, specific conductance is given, cell constant value is also given, right? The conductance needed to be calculated. Specific conductance formula is kappa is equal to C into L by A. Kappa denotes specific conductance, ohm inverse, centimeter inverse are the units, right? C denotes the conductance of given electrolyte, L by A, length by area of cross section. This ratio is called cell constant. L by A is called cell constant. Now, kappa is given, L by A is also given, cell constant value is also given, conductance is needed to be calculated. Now, conductance is equal to K into A by L. The formula will be K into A by L. K value is provided as 0.2. So, it is 0.2. L by A is given. That means cell constant L by A, that is 0.25. But here formula we have reciprocal. A by L needed to be taken. That's why whatever value given, that should be inverted. 0.25 taken as a denominator. 0.2 into 1 by 0.25. The calculation, after calculation, we will get conductance as 0.8 ohm inverse. So 0.8 ohm inverse given in option number 3. For question number 113, option number 3 will be the right answer. Now let us move on to next question. Again, it is a part of electrochemistry. The predicted electromotive force EMF value of the electrochemical cell. Here, iron plus 2, 0.01 molar concentration, cadmium plus 2, cadmium was given. Here, iron and cadmium both are in same molar ratio. Concentration is same. Concentration is same. That's the reason why this last term becomes 0, because numerator, denominator, both the values are same, right? Both get compensated, so that this entire term becomes a 0 here. First, let us see what is Nernst equation. So Nernst equation is given as E cell is equal to E naught minus 0.0591 by N ln product concentration by reactant concentration. Ln product concentration by reactant concentration. This will be the formula for the calculation of electrode potential. Right? So here E naught value, which is calculated by taking EMF, is equal to E cathode minus E anode. From this equation, it is very clear that this is called cell notation. Always, a cell notation is represented in such a way that left hand side terms are denoted as anodic and right hand side terms denoted as cathodic. Left hand side we have iron plus 2. This is called a anode, which are releasing electrons, participate in oxidation. Cadmium plus 2, cadmium being it is the electron seeker, it will be cathodic region, right? In order to predict the EMF of the cell is equal to E cathode minus E anode. Here, for cadmium, electrode potential is given as minus 0.43. For cadmium, it will be given as minus 0.43. And for anode minus 0.447. Minus into minus, it will become plus. And this value is given 0.0591 by how many electrons transferred? 2 electrons. So iron releasing 2 electrons, cadmium accepting 2 electrons, so that valency N becomes 2 log of what is the product? Product is cadmium plus 2, reactant is iron plus 2. So product is 0.01 concentration, and the reactant is also within the problem, it is mentioned 0.01. 0.01 by 0.01, it will be compensated, so that this entire term becomes a 0. And the remaining value, we can take the difference of these two, that is taken as 0.044 volts. 0.044 volts, which is provided in the option number 2. For question number 114, option number 2 will be the right answer. Let us move on to question number 115. A polymer has the following molar mass distribution. Number of molecules are given, molar mass is also given. Only two parameters are provided, number of moles and molar mass of the given polymer. The calculated number average molar mass, Mn bar of the polymer to be calculated. So we have the empirical formula in order to predict the Mn bar. Mn bar is equal to sigma Ni Mi by sigma Ni. What is the formula? Sigma Ni Mi by sigma Ni. Ni stands for how many molecules participated in the polymerization. Mi stands for molar mass of the individual monomeric molecules, right? By Ni, again number of molecules. Here, how many are taken? Only 2. Now the formula will be expanded in this manner. N1 M1 plus N2 M2 by N1 plus N2, right? N first molecule, that is 50 into M1 means 50 corresponds to 5000 molar mass. 50 into 5000 plus means second molecules. How many are there? 75. 75 into second molecule molar mass is 600. Right? 75 into 600 divided by, so number of molecules, we have to take the sum of these two, 50 plus 75, right? So it will be taken in this manner, 50 into 5000 plus 75 into 6000 divided by 50 plus 5. It is taken as 25 4 zeros, 45 4 zeros by 50 plus 75, it will be 125. So summing all these, 7 lakh. So when we take the this divided by, when we do this calculation, the Mn bar, that is nothing but number average molar mass will be calculated as 5600. 5600 will be the correct answer. For question number 115, option number 2 will be the right answer. Let us move on to question number 116. The separation of 1, 2, 3 planes of an orthorhombic unit cell is 3.12 nanometers. The separation of 2, 4, 6 and 3, 6, 9 planes are respectively. For one plane it is given, second plane, third plane we have to depict. So what kind of cubic structure it is? Orthorhombic unit cell was given. It is a part of solid state chemistry, and in this, for 1, 2, 3, the energy separation is given. For 2, 4, 6 and 3, 6, 9 we have to predict. For that purpose, first orthorhombic condition will be all three are not exactly equal. A is not is equal to B is not is equal to C. The distance between A, B is not is equal to, and B, C also not is equal. So not equal. So in this manner, orthorhombic structure will be given. So here, for orthorhombic structure, the formula D stands for distance. The distance only needed to be predicted, right? Separation. So the formula will be 1 by D square is equal to H by A square plus K by B square plus L by C square. Here 1, 2, 3 are given. 1 is known as H, 2 is known as K, 3 is known as L. So in this manner, we have to assign numbering. H, K, L values, Miller indices values are provided for these planes, right? 1 by D square is equal to H by A square plus K by B square plus L by C square is the formula. Then if we take D square is equal to, we are inverting the equation completely inverted. Denominator becomes numerator, numerator becomes denominator. Now the formula will be D square is equal to A square by H plus B square by K plus C square by L, right? So if we are taking only D, that is distance is equal to, here if it is taken like A by under root H square plus K square plus L square. So in this way, distance can be taken, right? So A by under root H square plus K square plus L square is the formula. So this will be applicable for these two kind of planes. Let us see. For 1, 2, 3 plane, we are taking for 1, 2, 3 plane first. For 1, 2, 3 plane, if it is applied, so it will be taken as 1 by D square. So this D square value is already given to us. That means energy separation for 1, 2, 3 plane is given as 3.12. So 1 by 3.12 whole square is equal to 1 by a square plus 4 by b square plus 9 by c square. Why it is 149? Because 1 square by a square, 2 square by b square plus 3 square by c square. 1 square nothing but 1 only, 2 square nothing but 4, 3 square nothing but 9. This is for 1, 2, 3 plane. This is for 1, 2, 3 plane. Right. So now let us move on to second plane, which is given 2, 4, 6 plane. When 2, 4, 6 plane was given, the formula will be 1 by d square is equal to 2 square by a square, 4 square by b square plus 6 square by c square. 2 square nothing but 4, 4 square nothing but 16, 6 square nothing but 36. Okay. So from this we can take 4 as a common. In these 4 can be multiplied with all these, there are 3 integers, so that 4 will be taken as a common value. Now it will become 1 by a square plus 4 by b square plus 9 by c square. This 1 by a square, 4 by b square, 9 by c square value is given for first plane, that is 1, 2, 3 plane, right? So this value exactly is equal to 1 by 3.12 square value. That means here we can substitute instead of this one, there's 1 by 3.12 square. So already it is in denominator. That's why we can take this denominator value as such 3.12 whole square will be taken. Now we are inverting the equation in this manner. D square is equal to entire equation will be inverted. So 4 will be converted into 1 by 4. Denominator 3.12 square will become numerator, right? So here D is equal to 1 by 4 get halved, it is converted into 1 by 2. Then 3.12 square is nothing but square will be removed, so that into 3.12. 1 by 2 into 3.12, the value will be 1.56 nanometers. 1.56 nanometers are given for which plane? 2, 4, 6 plane. So we got half of the answer. For 2, 4, 6, 1.56 is given. So that is only there in the option number 1. By this only we can conclude. But let us move on to second plane also, 3, 6, 9. For 3, 6, 9 plane, the formula will be 1 by d square is equal to 3 square by a square, 6 square by b square, 9 square by c square. 3 square nothing but 9, 6 square nothing but 36, 9 square nothing but 81. Right? So among all, we can take 9 as a common term. Then 1 by d square is equal to 9 into 1 by a square plus 4 by b square plus 9 by c square. Again, it is a value of, again it is the value of 1 by 3 point square. So that we can directly substitute that value here. 1 by d square is equal to 9 into 1 by 3.12 whole square. So again, we are inverting the equation. D square is equal to, here numerator 9 becomes 1 by 9. So denominator 3.1 square becomes numerator. 1 by 9 into 3.12 whole square. So if you are removing the square, it will become d is equal to 1 by 9 get halved, means 1 by 3 into 3.12 square, again halved, square will be removed, so that 1 by 3 into 3.12. The value will be 1.04 nanometers. For 3, 6, 9 plane, the distance will be 1.04 nanometers. So that will be given in the option number 1. For question number 116, option number 1 will be the right answer. Let us move on to question number 117. The slope and intercept obtained from 1 by rate against 1 by substrate concentration of an enzyme catalyzed reaction 300 and 2 into 10 to the power 5 respectively. The Michael-Menten constant of enzyme in this reaction. Michael-Menten constant to be predicted. 1 by R versus 1 by S are catalyzed reaction. So 1 by rate value is given and 1 by substrate concentration value is also given within the problem. Now, Michael-Menten constant is needed to be predicted. So rate is equal to Vmax by KMT. Rate is equal to Vmax by KMT. This will be the formula. Then 1 by R is equal to Km plus S by Vmax plus S. So we are inverting the equation. It will be like this. So Km plus S by Vmax plus S will be the formula. Entire equation will be inverted. So it will becomes 1 by Vmax plus Km by Vmax into 1 by S. It can be represented simply in the form of Y is equal to mx plus C formula. So it is represented in Y is equal to mx plus C formula. Y-axis term, what is the Y-axis term? Y-axis term is 1 by R. 1 by R taken on the Y-axis. And X-axis term will be this 1 by S. So it is only in the mx form. So here X value will be 1 by S. 1 by R 1 versus 1 by S. 1 by R is nothing but 1 by rate. 1 by S is nothing but 1 by substrate. 1 by R taken on the y-axis, 1 by S taken on the x-axis. These values we are taking. Now, intercept C. What is intercept C here? This 1 by V max is the intercept. So 1 by V max is the intercept here. Then what is slope M? Slope M is given as Km by V max. So Km by V max is the slope value, right? So Km by V max is the slope value. Here, slope is equal to Km by V max. Intercept is equal to 1 by V max. This we got from this graphical representation. Now, it is very clear that from this equation, you can clearly assume that. So, Km by V max can be written as Km into 1 by V max. Nothing but Km into intercept. In this way also we can write. Okay. So, Km is equal to, Km is required to be calculated, right? Km is equal to slope by intercept. Km is equal to slope by intercept. That is nothing but 300 by 2 into 10 to the power 5. 300 by 2 into 10 to the power 5. So these are taken. So that is nothing but 15 into 10 to the power minus 4. So 15 into 10 to the power minus 4 is written as 1.5 into 10 to the power minus 3. 1.5 into 10 to the power minus 3 is the Km, that is Michael-Menten constant value. That is only needed to be predicted. In option number 4, we have 1.5 into 10 to the power minus 3. Right? So for question number 117, option number 4 will be the right answer. Let us move on to question number 118. The pressure inside a spherical cavity with the radius r formed in a liquid with the surface tension gamma is related to external pressure P out as. So P internal, P external pressure is that relation needed to be predicted. So this is related with surface tension, right? So here the formula will be P inside minus P outside. Pressure, inner pressure minus outer pressure is equal to 2 gamma by R. Gamma denotes surface tension, R denotes what? Radius. Okay, spherical cavity radius is denoted with R. Okay, P inside minus P outside is equal to 2 gamma by R. Now the formula will become P inside is equal to. So this will go that side, then P outside plus 2 gamma by R. So it is provided within the problem. P inside is equal to P outside plus 2 gamma by R. Option number 2 is the correct answer for question number 118. And the next question related with chemical kinetics, where reaction between A and B is carried out for different initial concentrations and the corresponding half-life time are measured. The data are listed in the table, right? So here A and B, these two are the starting materials which were taken and their initial concentrations also given in the different values and their corresponding T half values are given. Okay, let us see how many entries are there. 4 entries. Concentration of A naught, initial concentration of A naught is given as 500, 500, 10, 20. So these two are similar. Then initial concentration of B naught is given as 10, 20, 50, 50. These two are constant. Then T half is given as 60, 60, 60, 30. So this is the T half. From this data, it is very clear that so when we are taking from first to second, concentration of A naught, first to second is not changed and T half is also not changed. So concentration not changed, T half not changed, which is not applicable. Let us consider entries of initial concentration of B. Concentration from first to second got doubled, 10 to 20. So when concentration 10 to 20, but T half remains the same, 60 and 60 only. So concentration doubled, T half is independent. This is denoted as a first order. Let us see what is the relation. For zero order reaction, T half is equal to concentration of A by 2 K naught. This will be the formula for T half, half-life period. That is nothing but T half is directly proportional to the concentration of A. So as T half rises, A concentration also rises. Otherwise, A concentration rises, T half also rises. There is a direct proportionality. When we see first order kinetics, T half is given by 0.693 by K1. This indicates that T half is independent of initial concentration. There is no relation. So independent of, no direct relation. Let us go with second order. T half is given by 1 by K to A naught. T half inversely proportional to initial concentration of reactant. Because it is in denominator, right? T half is inversely proportional to concentration, initial concentration of reactant. So in the first case, this is not varied, A concentration not varied, T half not varied, that's why not applicable. B concentration doubled 10 to 20, but T half remains same. Means concentration will not impact the T half. This indicates what? It is the kind of no direct relation. This means, so for this B, it is in a first order reaction. It is in first order kinetics. Okay. Then let us move on to third and fourth entries. For A concentration here, 10 to 20. A concentration is raised from 10 to 20. If concentration changed from 10 to 20, T half is changed from 60 to 30. Means concentration doubled, rate will be halved. Concentration doubled, rate will be halved. What is the relation? Inverse proportionality. Inverse proportionality indicates it is a kind of second order reaction. Inverse proportionality denotes it is a second order reaction. Then let us go with B, concentration B. Concentration B from 500 to 500, no change in the concentration. Here T half is changed. So there is no relation for this one. So with respect to A, it is a second order. With respect to B, it is a first order. Means we have to take K into A square, because with respect to A, it will be second order, right? That's why power should be taken as 2. With respect to B, it will be first order, so that B power should be 1 only. So K into A to the power 2, B to the power 1. That is given in the option number 3. For question number 119, option number 3 will be the answer. Let us move on to last question. The plot of rate constant versus ionic strength. Again, it is the chemical kinetics. The plot of rate constant versus ionic strength of the reaction A to the power plus 2 plus B to the power minus follows the line. Refer to the figure. So here, log K versus ionic strength, the root of ionic strength were plotted. 4 different plots were obtained. 1, 2, 3, 4 plots are obtained. If you are seeing A to the power plus 2 is there, A to the power plus 2 is there, B to the power minus 1 is there. Let us take the entire value. So plus 2 into minus 1, it will become minus 2. So minus 2 is provided. This denotes what? This is called common salt effect. This is called common salt effect. And here minus 2 denotes a negative slope will be there among all the given options. So this corresponds to, so third plot corresponds to 0, and option 1 and 2 corresponds to positive. Option 4 only corresponds to negative. Here negative term is required. That's why this A plus 2 plus B minus follows the line of 4, because negative slope is required. So that is given only in the option number 4. For question number 120, option number 4 will be the right answer. By this, entire series 6 of all 10 questions have been completed. So by this entire December 2017 question paper discussion is also completed. I think it will be helpful for you. Thank you very much for your patience listening. Thank you one and all.